Hi creative friends, and welcome to this first lot video in my 80 Things project. This is a project that will see me making 80 random acts of kindness for the remainder of 2024 to honour my mum, who would have turned 80 this year on the 17th of April. There's more about this project in a separate video called the 80 Things info and nominations video. I'll put a link to that down below. But the purpose of today is to introduce lot 1 and to call for nominations for a member of the creative community to be nominated to receive this folio as a random act of kindness in the mail. Now, I chose this particular girls folio as lot 1 as this was the first happy mail that I made outside of making cards. So I was originally a card maker and dabbled in all sorts of arts and crafts, but in 2020 I responded to a request for a flat mail submission, and I came up with this little folio which is about sharing images, so stamped images, which I have a lot of because I'm originally a stamper, so sharing those in a flat mail format. So I've recreated what I made for my first giveaway entry in 2020. I've changed it a little bit, but it essentially stays the same. I have paired it with the Jen Hadfield Hey Hello collection, so there are elements of that which you'll see on the inside. So it was great to pull out this collection. I love everything Jen Hadfield, so it's a nice way to also include that in this first lot number as part of this project. So onto the folio itself. So I've made this out of craft cardboard, and I've added on the inside a series of shares. So I'll go through those in detail, but first to the cover. So I've used a stencil and some of my much loved paints and made some big circles and just outlined them with a white Posca pen. And then on the front cover, I've used white texture paste and a series of the girls that I've included as part of the giveaway on the inside, and a little girls banner and just some edging. It closes on its own quite naturally, and on the back you can see how I've connected the front flap and the main front panel. So as you open the inside, I've then covered the craft card just with white paint and stencil, so you can see the stars on the primary panels there, and on the back of the flap I used the very funky eyewear stencil. So the idea here is that I share some of my girls collection. I have literally thousands of stamps, and many of them take the form of a female, so I say to myself that I collect girls. And so I've stamped out a couple of hundred of those, and I've fussy cut them all so that I can share them with the lucky recipient of this rack. And then within each of the categories, I've named them. So these are Everyday Girls. So these are Angie Girls by Unity. And I've made a little pocket, and then there's a little plastic sleeve on here, and the girls can just be brought out whenever there's a need for them. This time around I did include some sentiments in here. These are Tim Holtz sentiments. Fussy cut those out as well. There's some pretty girls here which are also by Unity. My very much loved whimsical girls, long lanky girls, and they're the girls that you see on the front of the folio today. And some artsy girls by Dina Wakely. And moving over to framed girls, which are by Leanne Ellis, one of my all-time favourite illustrators. And we have flower girls here. Moving over to outdoor girls, every type of girl you could imagine really. We have some hip girls, little funky hipsters. And then we have some smaller versions of the whimsical girls, which I've called leggy girls. Some sweet girls doing little ballet twirlings. Some teeny girls, little sassy girls, and finishing off here with stylish girls. So you can see I've carried the papers from the range, made the little plastic sleeves, and then just added some sweet stickers. Need to keep the inside as flat as possible so the folio comes to life as the way it's intended. I use these black and white images on all sorts of embellishments, many different forms. This little tag is one example where you can keep all the colour of your papers and your embellishments in the background and then just have the simple black and white image of the girl for use in your work. Or, of course, you can also colour them with any medium that you like. This entry, all of those years ago, really took me down a path where I started to enjoy sharing more applications of creativity than cards with people that I know and people that I've met over time. And this project, the 80 Things project, will deliver random acts of service, but also random acts of kindness, particularly in the creative world. So I'd really encourage you to participate either by nominating yourself or somebody that you know to receive this particular project or any project that might be coming up. There are some simple instructions here that you might like to screenshot. How to nominate is very simple. Just send me an email and include some information about yourself that you're nominating or someone else that you might be nominating. All of this information, as I said, is available in a lengthier video if you would like to find out more about the project or simply to enjoy this share today and maybe even nominate yourself or somebody that you know for Lot 1, My Girls Folio. I hope that you'll enjoy following along with this project as it unfolds for the rest of the year and that you enjoy what I'm sharing with you and hopefully you enjoy nominating those that you know to receive a rack from My Creative Space to their home. Enjoy!